Okay, I'm going to do one more example off of this manifest. I'm going to do waste line number 1, waste aerosols. So waste aerosols could be managed as universal waste now that the state has adopted the universal waste rule for aerosols. But in this case, these were shipped as fully regulated hazardous waste. And you can tell because we see the waste code D001 here. So if they were managed as universal waste, then you wouldn't see a waste code and you wouldn't include them in your biennial report or count them towards your generator status. But if they are managed as fully regulated waste, which is the case here, then we are going to include them in the biennial report. So I'll add a new GM form. And for the waste description, let's say I know that these waste aerosols came from a painting operation. So I'm going to say waste aerosols ignitable from painting. And then I'm going to put the waste code D001. And I'm going to search for paint to find the code here. And then for form code, there happens to be a special form code that applies to aerosols. And you'll find it in the list of sort of mixed media form codes. And it's W801 compressed gases of any type. And then for the waste minimization, let's say that we're continuing an initiative to reduce the quantity or toxicity of the waste. And then checking back on my manifest, I've got 49 pounds. And a note here, whatever unit of measure you select here is going to carry over into part 3 of the form here. And so you have to finish filling out part 1 and select a unit of measure before you'll be able to add an offsite facility and this information in part 3 of the form. I'm just going to say, for example, that this waste was bulked and stored at the Texas facility that it was originally sent to, and then that it was landfilled at the next facility. Okay, so I'm going to show another example using a different site here. So I'm going to take, for example, the first line here, waste paint. And we've got 273 pounds, D001. And I'm going to say that this came from painting operations. And for liquid paint, there's a specific code, W209. If it was paint chips, there would be another code, dried paint. Let's say that some of this paint was generated in 2020. So I'm going to say that 73 pounds was generated in 2021. And I'm only reporting the amount generated in 2021 because that's our reporting period. And then if I know that we had 273 pounds shipped off, that here. And then because I have mismatched amounts generated and shipped, I'm going to put in a note saying that there were 200 pounds generated in 2020 and shipped in 2021. And that will take care of this little note that pops up saying that the quantity generated is not equal to the quantity shipped. Just a warning. So whenever you have this warning popping up, you should have something explaining it in the comment block, and that'll avoid you getting a call from me asking you questions about why don't those match. So one more example, let's just say that we have the same waste shipped to a different destination facility. We can just add another offsite facility. And this may have the same management method code or a different one. And then it just shows up there as a separate line. So if you had some waste that went to the same facility but had a different management method code, you would add it on a separate line too. So you can have as many lines here as you need. And as long as this waste all has the same description, waste codes, source code, form code, everything in number 1 is the same, then that's still one GM form.